Hello there, my fellow Tin Top fans. Welcome. We've got an awesome video for you today as we check out the all-new VRC Super Touring mod for Assetto Corsa. Ho ho ho! It's a goodie. Hello there, my fellow Tin Top lovers. Oh, have we got a treat in store today as we check out the recently released VRC Super Touring mod for Assetto Corsa. And what better place to go racing than at the wonderful, wonderful Oulton Park circuit. One of my favourite UK based track with its undulations, fast sections, tight chicanes. Oh, AI are a little bit bunched up here on the first lap, but they'll soon sort themselves out. Anyway, back to the mod, and the VRC team started to tease out on the social channels that they had a fictional representation of the Honda Accord coming for AC Christmas time, and I immediately got excited and jumped all over it. Ah, come on AI, here we go, look. Bang bang, bang bang, through the middle, let's go. And I started posting about it on my YouTube community page and also over on my Twitter feed. There's a link to that in the description if you want to follow me. I quite often post little pictures, clips and news on there, so you know, give it a click, give it a follow. Right, self-promotion over. And you know, we were all excited, couldn't wait to check it out. We hadn't really seen a version of the Honda in sim racing, so it was going to be something completely different. And then boom, mic drop, just as they went live with it, they said it's not one, it's three. And we got their version of the Ford Mondeo and the Vauxhall Vectra. Now initially the Vauxhall Vectra got me a little bit hot under the collar because it was the car driven by touring car legend John Cleland. And if you want to know why he's a legend, go onto YouTube and find out what happened in the 1992 Silverstone season finale of the touring car series when him and Steve Soper came together and it allowed Tim Harvey to win the championship that year. That is just touring car gold. Anyway, back to the mod again. And that was what I first tried out in my brief little foray into this mod. Christmas and New Year was a busy time, so I haven't really had a chance until now to get my teeth into this content, which is why I'm a little bit late making a video about it, but I wanted to make sure I'd really got to grips with it. But I forego the Vauxhall Astra because I wanted to see what the Honda Super Tourer was like. I've not, to my knowledge, out of the, you know, the more modern sim racing titles, I don't think I've found a Honda or driven a Honda. So from that point perspective, something new, this is what I wanted to check out, and oh my word, I have not been disappointed. It's absolutely amazing. You check out the onboard footage on YouTube of these 98, 99 spec touring cars and you see the amount of work that the guys are doing at the wheel to try and hustle these cars around these tracks, and it translates wonderfully into this virtual version by VRC. They've really got the front wheel drive nature of these with all the, you know, the power understeer where you've got more power than grip and the front wheels just trying to steer and apply power just get overwhelmed. And the fact that all the engine and running gear, there's an example there, is up the front, which means you've got a light rear end. We've got wings, but these are not GT3 style downforce monster wings. So you've got to be careful on the speed of the corner entry, otherwise the back end will just drift out. Now fortunately, because of ACC's physics model being still bang on all these years later, and the fact that the VRC team have tapped into that so well, that when the back end does go, little flick of opposite lock, and if you really do start to lose that back, you just mash the throttle and allow the front wheels to drag that car back into a straight line, and it's absolutely spot on. It does exactly what it should do, when it should do it, how it should do it, and that makes for such an amazing driving experience. Now I'm also hoping that VRC are quite a prolific modding team. They've got a lot of content to their names. They've got a good pedigree for content releases, updates, community feedback. So I'm hoping that these three isn't the end of the story. What? Oh, dive bomb, and pulled it off. So much so that the community's got behind it. So there's always going to be a future for, even if it's only these three cars. You can go over to race department and get all the correct car names, liveries, and you really can put together such a realistic looking BTCC Super Touring grid. But just quickly before we come to the end of this race, the other thing I want to stress is the sounds. I'm going to shut up, you just listen to how good this is. You tell me if you've heard a better sounding virtual representation of a 2-litre tin pot touring car. These things are absolutely as raw and as brutal as it gets. It's an absolute sound eargasm. I tell you, listening to these with with my new headphones turned up loud, it's spine-tinglingly good. It really is. It just, what it does for the immersion, cannot be understated. Hats off to VRC for the sounds. Fantastic. They do not sound digital in any way, shape or form. Add that to the fact that how good, even though these are their representations of the real life cars, obviously for licensing agreements they can't come out and say what they really are, but there is no doubt in anybody's mind exactly what each car is in its real life counterpart. They are so beautifully modelled. The interiors are absolutely fully spot on and complete. Oh, it's just, you can't quite see it because of my field of view here, but the animation for the gear changing with the unusual sort of column mounted shifter that these Super Tourers had, it's all there, it's all working, and it all looks fantastic. So we're coming up now to the final half of the lap. This is paid DLC, there will be a link in the description. It's worth every penny and then some. There's two versions of the car, one that works in the vanilla version of AC and another that's set up to make the most of the features that come in Content Manager and the custom shader patch version. So everybody's been catered for. The amount of time and trouble and the attention to detail they put into this mod really shows. It looks fantastic, it sounds fantastic, and it is bloody awesome to drive, and that fills me with absolute excitement for the future. Thank you VRC, you've knocked it out the park. Right, as we come across the line to finish off, thank you very much for watching. Links to everything will be in the description. Hit the like button if you found this enjoyable, and I shall see you out on track. In the meantime, happy sim racing.